Internationally renowned shoe designer Jinny Kim bewitches the hearts of many, including Korea's beloved stars Kim Tae-hee, Jun Ji-hyun, IU, and even global A-listers like Tyra Banks, Miranda Kerr, and Paris Hilton with their impeccable shoe creations. She established Korea's first designer shoe brand, Jinny Kim, in 2006. Her creations were mega hits, and she received a lot of attention both in and outside of Korea. Soon, shoe designer Jinny Kim left the brand Jinny Kim and started the second chapter of her career by establishing another brand called Sofia Grace. We will learn more about designer Jinny Kim and her endeavors on Heart to Heart. Hello, Jinny. Welcome to our studio, Heart to Heart Studio. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming. Now, of course, you are a shoe designer, so I was hoping to fill our studio with a whole bunch of your shoe designs, but we were only able to, have a few in front of us right now. So this is just a tiny portion of your collection.
Right.
And I'd like to begin by asking you how many pairs of shoes you own.
I own about 150
About 100.
shoes.
You have room for all those shoes.
Yeah, I have one room only for the shoes.
Oh, that's wonderful. How lucky your shoes are.
Yeah, but sometimes my husband complain about I have too much shoes.
Now, I'd like to talk about how, you launched your Jinny Kim brand, the shoe brand. This was back in 2006. And you've garnered rave reviews from both the fashion industry and the fashion media for your wonderful designs. And obviously, your shoes are loved by Korean, K-pop stars. And they have even appeared in like paparazzi photos of Hollywood stars as well.
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask you, who are some of your biggest celebrity customers? You've got tons.
Most of celebrities, female celebrities, they want my shoes for red carpet or TV show.
Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, 이효리 씨 or 소녀시대, Paris Hilton, Miranda Kerr, and Tyra Banks.
Wow. So we've got, you have named just a few of the many Hollywood stars and the Korean celebrities that have worn your shoes. What do you think made it possible to win the hearts of especially Hollywood stars, Hollywood celebrities?
When I launched my brand in 2006, I got inspiration from Hollywood stars' style. I researched a lot of 1930s, 40s Hollywood movies and their styles, and also I research a lot of paparazzi photos, and I want to mix old Hollywood and new Hollywood, and sometimes I imagine Hollywood stars wear my shoes and design for them. And one day I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can bring my samples to Hollywood and start to sell my shoes. It was kind of a big dream at the time. I bring my samples to some stores in Los Angeles, and the buyer liked it, and they start carry my shoe line.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I was lucky, and the celebrities that I imagined, and they come and they buy, and some magazines in America they featuring my brand. So yeah, that's how I start.
Oh, wow. So you started by carrying around your sample designs, and then here you are.
Yeah.
So when you design shoes, let's say, for example, with a Hollywood star in mind, I heard that you may think about as a certain star, a certain celebrity, and you would start designing. How does that process work?
So at the time, the Hollywood stars lead the trend. The paparazzi photos, they people love the photos and they follow their styles. And at the time, Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton was very powerful stars. I research all their style and I design what color they like and what style they will be like. I liked Lindsay Lohan at the time, and I designed ankle boots for her. And I just imagine, maybe this design she will like. And then I sold my shoes to some store. One day my friend visited that store and the salesperson told her, Lindsay Lohan, she loved this boot and she bought black and burgundy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
But you were stoked, so
Yeah.
excited to hear that. Now, your brand actually became a global brand, which led to its entrance to Nordstrom's salon line as well. A very first for a Korean designer brand.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Tell us about how that all happened as well.
So Elle magazine, they featured our brand, and the buyer saw the article, and he looked for our brand. And one day I went to exhibition in Las Vegas, and the buyer visited us, and he told we will be like next big brand. So yeah, that's how we start to work with Nordstrom.
That's amazing. So how would you say your brand differs from other shoe brands? And I'd like you to tell us what defines you or your shoes, or how would you describe your designs, your creations?
Many customers, when they imagine Jinny Kim, they imagine bow.
Bow.
Yeah, bow and like pink,
Uh-huh.
like lovely and glamorous. Some buyers in America, he told me, Jinny Kim design just not following the trend. There's a kind of twist. There's some difference with other designers.
Yes.
That's what he said.
I think I've checked a lot of articles, and a lot of the articles included words such as like romantic, lovely.
Right.
So yes, that describes your designs, your creations. Now, what inspired you to pursue shoe design though from the beginning? How did it all begin for you?
I majored in fashion design in Korea, and then I didn't find any talent to be a designer. So I decided to work as an assistant editor in some fashion magazine, and after that, I worked as a PR specialist. I just looking for something that I really love. So I tried some career, but I didn't love it. So, okay, maybe I love fashion. So let's go to New York and study more about fashion and see what I'm gonna like. So I moved to New York when I was 25 years old.
Okay.
It was kind of late, but yeah. One day I have a roommate who majored in shoe design. So she brought some samples that she made, and I was like, oh my God, I want to make shoes. I didn't, at the time, I didn't think that will be my career. I just want to make shoes that I want. So I studied shoemaking after work. And that was the first start of my career.
So this was in New York though.
Yeah.
This was in New York, but after you graduated and after having, built some experience, you pack your bags and you return to Korea.
Right.
And that's where you actually found a job at a small shoe factory, I heard. So tell us about that as well.
I wanted to stay in New York and learn about how to make shoes, but there's none of a shoe factory in New York. It was very interesting, and I visited some shoe material store, and then the owner said, "Oh, these are all from Korea," and I was like, "Really? Maybe I should go to Korea and work in shoe factory and learn about more shoes." So I went to Korea and I started my shoe designer career in shoe factory.
How did you find the experience when you first finally got the chance to, get, hands-on experience, do it for yourself at the shoe factory? Did you at any point say, okay, maybe this is not for me, or did you really fall in love with shoemaking?
Yeah, I was a shoe designer at the factory. The salary was like $800 at the time. And I cleaned the shoe factory. I make coffee to craftsmen. And it was not like fabulous shoe designer job. If I'm lucky, I can design, and I got shoe samples. That was the very happy moment. And even though that kind of hard work, I really love that job. So yeah, it was a great experience to me.
Right. So you designed shoes, of course, but you did other work as well, such as cleaning and making coffee at times. But of course, I mean, you designed your first shoe, and ta-da! I mean, you've created beautiful shoes. So could you tell us about the very first pair of shoes that you made?
When I studied shoemaking in New York, it was pink snake skin with a gold strap. So it's not perfect shoes, but it was my first shoes that I made, so very special.
Jinny Kim's shoes make a woman stand out with their extravagant colors and designs. Then why are her shoes so well loved and popular amongst local and foreign fashionistas? We'll now fall into the world of shoes with Jinny Kim.
Now, let's shift our focus to your shoes a little bit. Now, here we have several different pairs of shoes. Very colorful. We're seeing a lot of colors, different designs. Could you recommend maybe a must-have style for a woman to have? Something that she could wear to any occasion?
If woman only can have one shoes for her life, I would recommend the black stiletto. Black color is very classic, and also the pumps. The pointy pumps will be very sexy, also classic at the same time. So I would recommend the black stilettos.
Right. You can never go wrong with that.
Right.
What about for special occasions, if you want to, add some fun, or if you want to kind of be in the spotlight?
Right. I would say the gold sandals match with every color of the dress.
So on special occasions, we all should give a gold pair of shoes like that. A try, definitely. It'll make you stand out, definitely, and bring out the colors and the beauty in you. Which colors and shoe designs will be trending this spring, summer season?
In this year, coral color, like orangish coral color will be trend color. It gives very warm happiness. So in this year, coral will be popular.
What about when it comes to design? As in terms of design, which designer styles will be trending?
This year, mule and also slingback style will be popular.
Slingback style. I think looking at the shoe, it kind of looks feminine in a way, but comfortable. It looks comfortable, wearable with any, I guess, outfit, pants, even a skirt. And yet it has that feminine feel to it.
This kind of design was popular 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
And it's come back?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So one of the very important shoe design or shoemaking processes is, of course, the sketching.
Right.
And I know that you have with you a couple of your sketches. Could you please show it to us?
Yes. So this is first sketch. When I design something, I sketch and coloring first time.
So this is the first sketch, as you said. So
And then after that, I make a technical sketch
which is
to factory, so they can understand how big will the bow will be like, or how much higher will be like, and the kind of technical sketches.
the details.
So this is just the first idea sketches.
Wow. That's an idea sketch. That's unbelievable because it's very detailed if we take a close look at it. It's quite detailed. Can I have a look? Yeah, because we have all the details in there. It's not just a rough sketch. We actually have a very close color, color match. And so every detail is in this sketch, but it's the very first rough sketch.
Right.
And then you start from this and add some more and make changes and fixes. That's amazing. So shoe design process, I mean, the whole process requires inspiration. And then comes say, sketching, for example. There's the research and the tests you have to do and the embellishment and the fitting and so on and so forth. There's so much that happens during the whole process. Which pair of shoes took the longest for you to make? I mean, what exactly happens when you design and make a shoe?
I think the last.
The last.
The shoe mold.
The shoe mold.
Yeah, we call shoe mold as a last. So last is very important to make good shoes. So I spend a lot of time to make a perfect last. We develop the last and then we make a shoes and fitting. And if it's not comfortable or the shape is not perfect, we make another shoes. So it takes a lot of time making shoes, changing last, and fitting. So it takes a lot of time.
So do you make several lasts for maybe different designs?
No, I mean same design. So let's say that black pumps takes 2 months to make a perfect last.
2 months to
Yeah.
just make one last?
Right. We make a lot of that kind of shoes, fitting, and changing last. So
I
yeah.
see. Do you actually even dissect shoes? Because I heard that some designers, they may go they shop for like old shoes, very classic shoes, and sometimes they would just tear it apart and study the shoe.
Right. So
that's
that's
what
why I bought a lot of expensive designer shoes, and
But
I
you
want to
tear them apart.
know what's the difference,
I see. So sometimes you may put on a pair of very nice looking shoes, heels, but it may not be the style for you. So I wanted to ask you, sometimes when we go shopping, I mean, there is a certain trend that's very popular, like skinny jeans, for example.
Right.
But skinny jeans look wonderful on some people, but not as great on some people,
Right.
depending on your physique.
You have to know your figure,
Exactly.
and also you have to know your fit.
Right.
And also your leg style. So if you have a wide fit, I would recommend many straps shoes, so cover your fit.
I see.
Yeah.
Great tip. What about, ankle boots? Because I try to avoid ankle boots because I think that sometimes if they're cut like right at your ankle,
Right.
they make your legs look kind of like bow-legged, not as pretty.
So the length of ankle boots is very important. You
important.
should try a lot of ankle boots and make your legs skinny.
Right.
That's the choice.
Yeah, we have to know these tips. Thank you. Wonderful tips. What, I guess, qualifications or what kind of qualities does a well-made shoe have, or what must they have?
The fitting is important. Also, the material, the good leather, and also the silhouette is very important.
Yes.
That's just the black stilettos, but when you wear it, it's different. So the little difference, the silhouette difference is important.
Right. Since you have had shops in, of course, Hollywood as well, in the US, and of course here in Korea, I want to ask you, what would you say is the main difference, the biggest difference between the Korea and the US,
The system of
right,
business.
yes.
In Korea, when we open the store in department store, we have to hire staffs and we have to do all the interior design. We carry all the shoe stocks, so that means a lot of investment to us. And in America, they just order, they pay, and we ship. That's it. So it's kind of easy or small investment as a designer. So that's why I think there are many new designers success in America, but in Korea, young designers or startup designers, they can't open a store in department store.
Right. It's nearly impossible.
Yes,
To open
a
up
lot
your
of
own
investment.
right.
Yeah.
So it's very different. It's quite different. Then would you recommend, people or that are hoping to open up a shoe brand or a shoe line to maybe study abroad, maybe in the U.S. or maybe start there, or is that not necessarily the case?
But it's not easy to sell shoes to abroad because we only make size 5 to 9 in Korea. But America, we have to make from 6 to 11.
12,
So
13.
11 shoes will be like this.
Yes.
And in Korea, there are not many factory that they can make that kind of shoes. I recommend start business in Korea first and then learn about the business and shoemaking, and then after that start to sell the shoes to abroad.
I see. We're getting great tips here from you today.
I wish it's helpful
Oh, yes,
who
I'm
want
sure.
to be shoe designers.
Very much. I'm sure
Because
they are.
it's kind of it's not easy to access shoe factory or shoe industry. So yeah, many people ask me how to be a shoe designer or where to make shoes.
You launched a new brand 2018, so just last year. So please do tell us about this new brand that you launched.
Yes, the name is Sofia Grace. Actually, that's my daughter's name.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I sold my first brand, Jinny Kim,
Oh.
to other company like 4 years ago. And then after that, I lived in America for a while and married and have a baby, and I come back last year and launched my shoe line. So
wow.
yeah, it was quite busy day.
Well, I'd like to take this opportunity to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, you have a daughter now, you're married now, you've just launched a whole new brand. So
Right.
tell us about the new brand that you opened, style-wise, I mean, the concept of your designs now.
So as you can see, those two shoes is Jinny Kim. So very high, bright and young and lovely. And these shoes is Sofia Grace. So more elegant, feminine, but colorful as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to point out that these two pairs, as you have pointed out, these are Jinny Kim. These appeared on America's Next Top Model.
Right.
I actually saw photos. This pair was worn by who?
Oh, Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
And this was worn by a model,
Right.
right? How did it happen? I mean, how did they contact you? I mean, how were you able to, I mean, make it on the show and show your shoes, your collection on the program?
They shoot in abroad sometimes, and they choose to come to Korea. And I had a friend who has a connection with the producers, and they look for some brand, like top brand in Korea, and also they can be global brand as well. So yeah, they contact me, and I just love the show. It was great experience.
Well, if we look at the two, I guess, different brands, I mean, we do see a huge difference. But of course, as you've mentioned, Sofia Grace, as its name, of course, Jinny Kim is your name, but Sofia Grace, these shoes really, they do look very graceful and lovely and beautiful as well.
Thank you.
So I wish you the best of luck with your new,
Thank you so much.
newly launched brand. What is next for you, and what do you hope to accomplish, or what are your goals for the future, near future?
Thankfully, past 12 years, Jinny Kim brand was very successful, and I'm very glad and grateful that I can start new brand as well. But I don't want to grow too fast. I just want to like make it small, stay longer, and make a strong brand that women's love. And of course, I hope the women in the world, they can wear my shoes. That's
That
my
would be
dream.
wonderful. All right, I found this saying by Marilyn Monroe. She once said, "Give a girl the right pair of shoes and she can conquer the world."
Right. I agree.
Yes, and I think it very much fits your story. You have definitely made a name for yourself, and I wish you the best of luck in the future with your newly launched brand, Sofia Grace, and in everything that you do. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here.